Alright, when last we left off, True Believers, we were discussing saving throws and all their implications. So now, let's move on to an area very much close to saving throws, in the way where it's nothing like saving throws. Alright, so this section covers another one of my least favorite bits of fun from 3.5e. Here we'll discuss the base attack bonus. No spell resistance. I guess a bit of grapple, and the attack window. But really just base attack bonus and the attack window, that's really all you need. So, I used the word base attack bonus before in 4e. And you have to understand that though I called what we basically tallied as our total bonus to every attack roll and damage roll our BAB, base attack bonus, it wasn't actually the base attack bonus. The actual base attack bonus in 3.5e can be found on page 22. There's a table there on the bottom left that shows and consolidates every single base attack bonus. Now, technically, every single class section will have that specific class base attack bonus. You can use that, or you can just use the table on 22. The table on 22 conglomerates and categorizes every single BAB according to various unofficial tiers. You have a poor base attack bonus, an average base attack bonus, and a good base attack bonus. Now, I don't remember exactly what classes have what, but you'll notice, like, for example, the fighter will have a good base attack bonus. If you go to his table in the fighter section, it'll look exactly like the base attack bonus section labeled good on the table on page 22. So what you should do is your player should be filling out their base attack bonus with the value listed on their base attack table for level 1. So if your player is a fighter, they would put a +1 in the box as a level 1. If they were a monk, I believe monks have a base attack bonus of average, they'd be putting a 0, and if they were a wizard or sorcerer, they would be putting also a 0 because I believe they have poor.
I know it.
And of course, upon proper research, it turns out that the base attack bonus does exactly what it says. It's a base attack bonus. So no, you would use it to roll the d20 to see if you actually hit the guy, but you will not roll it for your d8, d12, d4 damage roll, whatever it might be. It does not apply to the damage roll. For attack rolls, and you can find what I'm about to cite on page 134, the attack bonus for a melee weapon is your BAB, plus your strength modifier, plus a size modifier, which none of your characters will have because they're all going to be either medium or tiny. I'm sorry, medium or small, rather. And then for range, it's base attack bonus plus your dex mod, plus your size mod, plus your range penalty, which is that's just horrible. Yes. On that note, when you are rolling damage after successfully beating someone's AC to strike them, the only additions you'll have on it will be your strength bonus from your strength modifier. Yes. That's with a melee or a thrown weapon. Bows do not get strength modifiers, nor do they get dex modifiers to them. However, and this is a rare exception, composite bows will also get that same strength modifier bonus attached to them. So that's very exciting for damage rolls. So yeah, there are a lot less bonuses to damage and attack in this version, which again is something I don't like because you're going to find your level 1s whiffing a lot. They're not going to be hitting anything, and they're also going to have like 12 health apiece, so, you know, that's good too. There's just a lot of good things going around. There is some good news though. I actually forgot to mention this earlier. In the same table you'll find on every class that lists base attack bonus, you'll also find that every class has base save bonuses. A little number for fort, a little number for reflex, and a little number for will. So when calculating one's save for their saving area, which I'm honestly not scrolling back to, you're a big girl, you can look at it. You should remember that they should be calculating their base save bonus along with their saves. I believe there is a box for that. Just look at your character sheet, you'll probably see something for like base save bonus. I hope. It's very non-indicative in this edition. Actually, the tables in every class section, like for example on page 40, the monks, will tell you a lot you need to know about that character, and especially for the player, like what they get at each level, some specials they might have, what abilities they have at what level, and so on and so forth. So you and your player, if you have any, questions about what you should have at a certain level, bonuses, saves, modifiers, should definitely look there first. Okay, Grapple is a total strag who has nobody at his parties and has no friends. Also, he's a homosexual. However, we'll talk about it for the sake of completion. So, Grapple is exactly what its boxes on its right-hand side say to it. You put your base attack bonus, plus your strength mod, plus any size mod you may or may not have. In fact, if you're a small character like a gnome or a halfling, it actually may be a size detriment, so go there. And you add that to your total grapple. There are times when people will choose to wrestle. I really don't know. If anyone says that they want to wrestle someone, if you really want to look up the rules for this, look on page 156. But in short, you provoke an attack of opportunity when grappling. If you succeed your grapple roll, which is your d20 plus your total grapple, and you break their DC, I suppose, you grab them, and then you have to keep opposing them with successful grapple checks to hold onto them, and then you have to keep making checks to maintain the grapple. Just page 156 if anyone desperately wants to grapple. It almost never happens. People frankly forget the mechanic even exists. Alright, the attack window, where all good things happen in love and war. Mostly war. Only war. No, war is a kind of spell too. So anyway, in these boxes, you'll write exactly what they say. Directly under the attack window, you can just write the name of the weapon, just a little space to put a weapon. Attack bonus is, of course, the BAB, and you would already have tallied your strength mod to it, so it's basically BAB with strength mod. You know what I mean? It's just like that. If they want to know what their total attack bonus is, always have it in that one box, and they never have to look it up. In fact, you'll find all the values for all the sections of this box on pages 116 and 117 and whatever else has a table for weapons. It'll actually say right at the top, damage, critical, range, type, weight, whatever you need. So you should actually just go there and look it up and put in the values as they're listed. There's nothing that's not covered. Notes are basically just for anything like maybe it has an enchantment that does extra damage, who knows. So, not that difficult. Just remember, you want to make sure you get everything here, especially and most importantly, a proper attack bonus listed for each weapon. That it will really slow down combat if you have to try and figure out the attack bonus each time, as we may have remembered from our own DMing sessions. So, yeah, go ahead and do that. Transition! Okay, so here we have the overly exciting skills section. God, I could have devoted the entire time spent on these two videos and the time that will be spent on the next two videos to discussing the use, purposes, and applications of every single one of these skills. So I'm not going to do that. However, there is a skill section in the book. I am not currently on the page, but you can find it and it will tell you all you want to know about skills. Oh, it actually begins on page 61. So any question about skills, go ahead and do that. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a peeky at a sentence. So, when allotting skill points, the trick is to go to every single class section and look at how many skill points you get at first level and how many skill points you get at each additional level. For example, on page 50, which is a section of the rogue class area, you'll find that there are skill points at first level is 8 plus intel modifier times 4, and every time you level up, it's 8 plus your int modifier. Now, the rogue has an abnormally high amount of skill points at level 1 at each level, and this is just a little note about rogues. Because in this game, rogues are actually not the premier high damage class. They're actually the premier skill using class. They get their usefulness from using a wide variety of skills and using them well. Just a little tidbit, the book Complete Scoundrel, which is a source book, well, no, I'm sorry, it's an additional supplementary book, actually expounds upon skill point using classes. So yeah, that's fun. So yes, that's how you get skills, and you can spend them pretty much as you please. Let's verify that really quickly. When spending skill points, it's important to note that you can only have a maximum number of skill points in any one skill equal to 3 plus your character level. So any level 1 can only have up to a max rank of 4 in any one skill. This is not including ability modifier. That's just the actual base skill point. And when putting points into a skill, if it's a class skill, and class skills are designated in each specific class section, you get 1 point per skill. If it's a cross-class skill, you get only a half point per each point. Also, when using skills, the roll will always be your total rank plus the ability modifier that the skill is governed by added to a d20. So that's why the skill modifier box is used just to summarize that. So, yeah. Actually not that hard. Yeah, skills. Okay, so really, that concludes the character sheet guide. We don't have to go to the back page, because the back page is very self-explanatory. It's basically just gear, any special abilities, some lore stuff, and feats. If you're confused about any of them, and there might be some confusion as to how you get feats, just look up the specific tables in each class section. It's in the same place that talks about base saves, base attack bonuses, and the rest. Things to note, make sure you check the details on each race, because each race has a lot more bonuses appended towards like their base stats, how many feats they get, how many skills they get, and the rest. Beyond that, when it comes to character sheets, you should now have a very firm handle on how to deal with any and all character-related questions. Again, if you have any lingering ones, feel free to ask them of me, and I will be happy to answer them to you. And, yeah, I think that's that for this section. So, yeah. Semper Paratus!
Can you hear the bells of